Okay, welcome everyone. I'm so excited for you that you are here today. I did not know where everyone's picture went when I started the recording, but I am looking and hoping that you guys can see me. Marie-Sophie, you will let me know in the chat if something is not working, okay? Today, we're going to talk about something that I'm I keep it close to my heart because this is so important to every single person on this planet. And this is information that needs to get out there. And it's balance on cellular level. And I'm going to talk a lot about how we can measure this and how we can make sure that our body is here. And Marie-Sophie, you will keep on helping people to get in. So she will help people. Okay. So a little bit about me before we're starting. It's always nice to know who's behind the screen. I am Michaela Morell, and I'm a Swedish nutritionist. Maybe I'll do that so you guys can see me. I grew up in Sweden. I got 7 siblings. And I love being active, and I have I love training dogs and horses, and I've had many animals during my lifetime. I just love it. And I'm married since 13 years back, and I get 3 amazing kids that I treasure highly. And I love food, and I love working out and have a healthy lifestyle. And I've always been like that. But even if I've been like that, I still have come across some health issues I'm going to talk about. I have moved a lot. I am born in Sweden, moved to Norway in 2008, and then we have been moving to Texas and back to Norway, and then to Texas and back to Norway, and then to Arizona, where we're living today. So I am calling in from Arizona. And then after my second child, I actually went back to study to become a nutritionist just because I had already such a big interest for nutrition and what part nutrition and food plays in our health and how we can prevent getting sick with the right nutrition. So I went back to school to learn that because I have already started helping so many people with their health, and it has seen amazing results. And so I am specialized in cellular health, inflammation, and gut health, and I'm also behind foodchangeslives.com. And right now I am building up a team that I'm calling Team 3 to 1 Balance. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in the end. But something that I've always been wondering is why? I'm always asking why to everything. I don't only say, why am I getting sick? But I'm also asking, why is my immune system low? And why is my immune system cut in half? And why is my body reacting to things that it shouldn't? And I keep on asking why and why and why, because I had some issues myself that I had to solve. And please, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat so you don't remember them, or write them down with your pen and paper. And if you want me to take pictures along the way, you're more than welcome to take pictures on the screen, because I will go through this pretty fast. And like I said, ask for the recording if you need to get catched up and want to see it again. So everything starts with a problem, right? And I discovered perhaps the world's best hidden secret, and I'm going to share this with you today. And after my 3rd child, I've had something happen after every child, but after my 3rd child, something major happened to my body that really disabled me to function. I got chronic pain in my neck that just out of the blue came one day. And of course, it is due to an old horse accident, but that happened many, many years before. But this chronic pain, it just came and hit me very hard, and it made me unable to get out of bed many days of the week. And the pictures I'm showing you right now, this was a very slow process to get out of bed by myself. And I could do every few nights I was able to get out from bed by myself, but I had to physically hold my head and put it back up on my head. I had to roll around, and I could not just lay on the pillow and turn my head. It was impossible to me. I felt like I was paralyzed. The pain was too great. I had to physically move my pain with my hands. And why am I telling you this? Because this is an important key in why I found the technology I'm going to share with you today, why this plays such a big role in any health problem we're experiencing. So you're maybe sitting there right now and thinking, well, I don't have a health problem. Well, this is important to you too, because if we're not taking care of our health and if we're not able to share it, we are gonna have health problems eventually, okay? So we all want to feel good and stay fit and be healthy, right? And we have a lot of knowledge today, but the problem is that the health-related problems in the world is just keep on adding up. I mean, we are having so many health issues today that used to be something that 55 plus people would start to have. And now it's just people that are 25 and 30 is getting those health issues now, and just keeps on going down in ages. Okay, and this is very, very problematic. And we have to start to ask ourselves why. Why is one kid out of 57 now having problems with autism, for example, instead of 1 out of 1,000? There is a lot of different things going on. And why is diabetes not an old people disease anymore? Now it's anyone can get it. So let your food be thy medicine and your medicine be thy food. This is not something that is new, but we have to acknowledge the importance of the right nutrition in our system. Okay? And we have to look back. The food we used to eat from Mother Nature, it was full of vitamins, minerals, phyto, and micronutrients, beta-glucans, fiber, healthy fats, and a good balance between omega-6 and omega-3. But the problem today is that today we're eating man-made food. So we have lower nutrition density, higher in sugar, many empty calories, and it's low in fiber, less healthy fats, and with an imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3. And if we're looking at the history of omega-3, I'm going to talk about that a lot today. So when I'm saying the ratio, I'm talking about how many omega-6 molecules to how many omega-3 molecules. I will show you a slide later that so you can get a more visual. But right now, we have building blocks in our body that are essential, and omega-6 and omega-3 is 2 of them. So when I'm saying 1-to-1, that means 1 omega-6 molecule to every omega-3 molecule. And if we're having enough in our body, we will create our balance with 1-to-1. So we will use equal amounts of both fatty acids, okay? Science recommend that we should never be lower than 3-to-1. So between 3-to-1 and 1-to-1 is what science is showing us. The turning point is because we were eating pretty healthy, we were living pretty healthy before this, but after the Second World War in 1960, the industry started pumping out vegetable oils because we were lacking animal fats, we were lacking milk and butter and so on. So people were starving in the world after the Second World War, and some scientists found out that vegetable oils, they're still fats. We can produce them very cheaply and affordable. We can ship them. They have long shelf life and so on. So they started pumping that out. And it was good to help people not to starve to death, right? But the problem was that everyone have started to use it in such a big amount today. And they're putting it in all processed foods. They're frying our food in it. The restaurant are using it in their food. And everything you find on a shelf that have a longer expiration date, it's usually a vegetable oil in it. So they are very rich in omega-6 because vegetable oils are very high in omega-6s. And then in 2002, we have reports from United States where they have been measuring the balance. The average American had 15-to-1 imbalance in 2002. And in 2020, the average is 25-to-1. And who knows what it's going to be a decade down the road. And this is a big problem we have to start talking about. We have to educate people about this because it is so, so, so important. And I will tell you what this did to my health, and I will show you my results in a little while. So this is a picture of a cell. Our whole body is built up with cells. And if we're having, in order to have a healthy body, we need to have healthy cells. So in the cells, you have probably been reading some biology when you went to school and so on. So you have heard terms like the DNA that we are having in the middle of the cell. You have probably heard terms like the mitochondria, that is the in charge of creating ATP, that is our energy, okay? But I'm not going to talk so much about what the cell is doing, but just know that the cell have like, it's almost its own planet in there with workers and things that needs to function in order for our body to function. But if we're taking a look at the cell membrane, so we're enlarging a small piece of that, and all the green dots you're seeing are fatty acids. And you see that they have tail towards the middle. There's one layer on top and one layer in bottom. All of these green dots are fatty acids, and omega-6 and omega-3 are essential. What do I mean with essential? It means when something is called essential, like vitamin C is essential, we know that if we don't get enough with the vitamin C, we will die. What happens when we are not getting enough with vitamin D? We will die. What is happening when we're not getting enough of essential fatty acids? The body is not able to function, and the body have to compensate. If we don't get any fat, we will eventually die, okay? So essential means we cannot live without it. So when we're looking at the cell membrane, a good amount of both omega-6 and omega-3 makes the cell soft and permeable. So the food we're eating, the nutrients we're eating, they're able to get into the cells and be utilized and be created, so we can create our ATP, that we can make sure that our DNA is good and so on. But what's happening when we're lacking omega-3 is that our cell membranes, they get harder. They're not getting as permeable, and the nutrients they're supposed to find its way into the cell, they're not able to get into the cell, and the waste and toxins are not able to get out. Everyone have heard about detox, right? A lot of the things we are experiencing and the air we're breathing and so on, they get stuck into the cells, the toxins in the air. And we need to be able to detox them, otherwise they just accumulate, okay? So the cell membranes are in charge of what comes in and what goes out in the cell membrane. And then we have hormone receptors that, if you see on the cell membrane, the turquoise ones, they're hormone receptors. When we're creating cell membranes with too much omega-6, like the hormone receptor for insulin. So when we're eating food, we are supposed to release insulin, and they're supposed to come and attach to that hormone receptor, so they open up, so we can get our glucose into the cell and be utilized as energy. When we have too much omega-6s in our cell membrane, these hormone receptors get disturbed, they get numbed out. So a lot of hormonal issues are due to us building up our cell membranes with the wrong building blocks. And then also the communication between the cells. So our brain, for example, every single cell in our brain, they have about 1,000 connections. 1,000 connections. And when we are building our cell membranes with too much omega-6s, those connections can go slower, they don't work as good, and so on. And that's when we start feeling we have brain fog, our brain is not functioning correctly, we're starting to get forgetful, and so on. Anyway, one more thing I want to mention here. Do you guys know how many cells we are building? Because cells, they have a lifespan. So we are creating cells, and we are not having the same cells our whole life, but they're changed out, okay? And we are creating about between 2 to 25 millions of cells every single second. Every single second, we're creating new cells, and we are putting them back to place where they're supposed to, while another cell goes and dies. So before you today, have you heard that we need omega-3 every single second? And when we're lacking the key nutrients and have an imbalance between omega-6 to omega-3, it affects our health in many, many different aspects, okay? It is, I'm just gonna do this, okay. So it affects our brain function. It affects our hair quality. It affects our heart function. Our skin loses elasticity. Our organ may not function as good, and we may get stiffer joints and muscles. All of these things we know because there's so much science behind this, okay? So the cells need nutrients in order to function, right? And we need a good balance between omega-6 and omega-3. Otherwise, our body will not be happy. It will not be able to function. But when we are getting the right ratio and we're having a good balance, everything will just start to function a little bit better because our cells are able to function more optimal. So our brain function will become better, our hair quality, heart function, skin elasticity, inner organs, joints and muscles, and so on. They will all start getting better. So are you in the danger zone? And what do I mean with the danger zone? We are in a danger zone when we're having a too big imbalance between omega-6 to omega-3, when we have too low levels of omega-3, and we have too little polyphenols in our diet, and when we are lacking vitamin D3. So where should we be? Yes, according to the Nordic Council of Ministry, they are recommending us to stay below 5:1. The World Health Organization have recommendations on their webpage, 4:1 or lower, but the science is showing 3:1 or lower is more optimal. And it all depends on what kind of diseases and things we are prone to, because some things gets helped with a higher ratio. I mean, you don't need to get down to as low ratio to get help with some, but some things, like I know colon cancer, for example, my mom has suffered colon cancer, I've done research, that one is more beneficial if you are 2:1 or lower. But what are the facts then? If you are an American looking at this right now, and you're already taking a supplement, you're like, oh, I'm already taking omega-3. Good for you. But the truth is that most omega-3 don't work. And you're most likely by the 13:1 on average, because that is the average with people that are using omega-3 supplements. And the people that are not using omega-3 supplements, they're around 25:1 and 25:1. So I forgot to mention this. Omega-6, they are pro-inflammatory. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. So when we're having things that are pro and anti-inflammatory, are you able to see me now, Marie-Sophie? I just wanted to see if you are able to see a small screen of me. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, because I just see a black screen. But so omega-6s are pro-inflammatory, omega-3s are anti-inflammatory. So just imagine this. A lot of you may already be parents, right? One parent can handle one kid pretty good. They can handle two kids pretty good. But when you're having 3 kids under the age of 3, just running in 3 different directions, it starts to be stressful. Imagine being the only parent on 25 3-year-olds and trying to navigate that. Eventually, you get burned out. You can handle it for a while, but eventually you get burned out. Even 15 kids or just 7 kids, it will eventually burn you out. It just may take you a little bit longer time to run around through after 3-year-olds the whole time, and they don't have any consequence thinking and so on, okay? So that is what's happening to our body, and that is why the science are showing one parent is able to handle up to 3 kids pretty smooth. As soon as it starts to be 4, 5, 6, and so on, it starts to be putting too much stress on our body. Okay, so what does science say about omega-3 then? Well, a low omega-3 index is just as powerful in predicting early death as smoking. An optimal level is 8% and higher. So remember 8% or higher. So if I am having a low omega-3 index, it is as dangerous as if I was smoking every single day. New science is showing. And I'm happy to provide you with any scientific reports that you are asking me about. We also have science showing that an average of a ratio of 15:1, of a 15:1 in the secondary prevention of cardiovascular disease, a ratio of 4:1 was associated with 70% decrease in total mortality. So if someone had cardiovascular issues, we're able to lower them from 15:1 down to 4:1. That was associated with 70% decrease in total mortality. Also, we see that a ratio of 2 to 3 suppressed inflammation in patients with rheumatoid arthritis, and a ratio of 5 to 1 had a beneficial effect with patients with asthma. And in conclusion, this is another one talking about mood-related diseases, that omega-3 can be a very powerful and interesting tool for the design and testing of new non-pharmacological strategies in the treatment of neuropsychiatric disorders such as mood-related disease. So this is a big review of how omega-3 can help with depression, anxiety, PTSD, and so on. I would love to send you all of that. And why can it help with that? Because our brain is an organ that weighs 1.5 kilos. 60% of that comes from fat and 60% comes from omega-3. And since most supplements are not working, we're eating way too little fish today. Even the sources like eggs that used to have good amounts of between omega-6 to omega-3, they don't have that anymore. And the reason for that is just the diet, the way we are farming, what the animals are eating, and so on. So I found the most amazing company that offered a solution to me and to my health problems. And I will show you my before and after. And today I'm an independent partner with Cincino, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the solution they offer. Because for me, I have been calculating this, guys, how much omega-3 I need in my body to have a good ratio. Eating 800 grams of fresh wild cod every day, that's not an option for me. And I will probably need another 2 hours to explain why I would need that much and why the nutrients are so low nowadays. But Cincino inspired change in life. So the company's name is Cincino, and they're all about inspiring change in life. And Cincino have been able to have a scientific advisory board, and with some of the world's brightest minds in the field of wellness and the field of nutrition, who developed a concept called the balance concept, which I will tell you more about. And they have patented products, they have their own manufacturing, and you will learn more about them all. If you're interested about this, you should really go to Dr. Paul Clayton and read his blog. You should go to Amazon and order his books. There are many books he has been writing. One of them is Let Your Food Be Your Pharmaconutrition. Everyone I'm giving this one out to and have been reading this one, they are just amazed about the knowledge this guy is having. And he have also healed himself out of autoimmune disease. He have helped many people to heal out autoimmune disease with his knowledge about nutrition and how we can create the right circumstances for our body to heal itself. So would you like to take a test to find out the results? If the food you're eating today is enough for you? And what's really good with this, if you're already on an omega-3 supplement today and you're ordering the blood test and a subscription of Cincino's Balance Oil that is an omega-3 product, I will explain what's the difference soon. But if you're ordering this and your test comes back that you're already in really good values and in a good ratio, you can have your money back, because then they are saying, your problem is not something we have to tackle. You're doing a pretty good job yourself. You can keep on trying to find what's wrong with your body somewhere else. Okay. Anyway, the tests we are taking are analyzed by Vitas Analytical Service, and they're an independent laboratory. So Cincino is just buying a service from them. They are also official partners to many prestigeful universities, just to name a few: Harvard, Cambridge, and so on. And they have been collaborating with World Health Organization on many of their studies, as well as Olympia Toppen Research Facility in Norway. And they are GMP certified. They're one of the world leading fatty acid profiling laboratories in the world. And I have our webinar I can send with you with the CEO that explained why the blood test you go and do at the doctors will not give you the right results, and why a dry blood test is a lot more accurate tool to use when you're measuring this. So what are the results so far? Vitas have done over 700,000 tests worldwide, and they are all done anonymically. So people are just answering what country they are in, so that they know the average in different places and different locations, okay? 95% globally is out of balance. 95% globally. And in North America, 13% of the population is already using omega-3, but only 1% is in good balance because omega-3 simply don't work. And that has to do with the amount of EPA and DHA that is in your product per serving. It has to do also with them using the wrong antioxidant, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But 99 is out of balance, 99%. So almost the whole American population is out of balance, and 95 on global scale. So get your personal test result. And this is what I am preaching nowadays, is that we need to stop guessing. I was guessing that I was doing good. I was already using an omega-3 supplement, a high quality cod liver oil. In Norway and in Sweden, we are taught to use omega-3. Mothers put the cod liver oil in your mouth from the day you're born. The hospitals, the Norwegian government is actually giving out free omega-3 to all babies the first year of living. And they give you a small syringe. They're telling you how much to give your baby because they know how important it is for the brain development. So you can take your first test, and then you can take a second test after 120 days, and you'll be able to see the results and the transformation in your life. And this is my personal story. My first blood test, even if I've been using omega-3 every day, it was 9.4 to 1. And if you're looking, my omega-3 index was 5.3%. So if I did not take an omega-3 supplement, I would have been worse. But according to the study with omega-3 index, I am still as unhealthy as someone that is smoking every single day. Okay. And after 120 days, I was able to move my 9.4 in balance to a 2.1 balance. And how did this affect my body? Well, in my personal case, my chronic neck pain that I've been suffering with for over 2 years, I've had different doctors looking at it. I had MRIs 2 times. I've been going to so many specialists, doctors, chiropractors, osteopaths, massage therapists. I had almost 1 appointment every single week with someone because I tried to find the one person that could help me with my health issue. And this, just changing out my omega-3, I did also change out my fibers that I was taking, my probiotic and my prebiotic, but my pain just disappeared. And today I am celebrating almost 2 years completely pain-free. And it's wonderful to be able to be a mother again, to not have to say no when people are going out camping, to have my life back. And it was all due to me having too much inflammation on cellular level. And when I corrected that, that went away. Also, I used to have lots of problems with food intolerances. All my allergies keeps on improving. I barely take any allergy medication anymore. And I was allergic to most fruits and veggies. I could not have a carrot without an avocado. And yeah, so many things that was disturbing my health. But I'm not alone. And these are just the 5 newest tests I've been taking here in the United States. Okay, I've been taking many hundreds of tests. I think we are starting to get up to thousands of tests, okay, just that I have seen personally. And it is true that Americans are in bad shape. And if we're looking at the omega-3 index, 1%, 2%, 2.9%, 2.4%, 2.9%. And this is not just, I've been picking out the worst. These are just the 5 newest ones. There are tests are a little bit better, but a lot of them are even worse. And it's a gigantic problem. But I've created a team 3 to 1 balance, and we are health promoters. And we love helping people to get in balance, educate people about it. And some people are doing it just because they want their family to be healthy. And some people are doing it on even more professional scale. I have both alternative doctors and chiropractors and other practitioners in the team that have been bringing this into their clients because they see the results in the clients. I also have mothers that just have a big family and she wants to be able to help her family and so on. So there are entrepreneurs and coaches and personal trainers, and we're many, many different people behind this that are helping to spread the word out there and helping people to get in balance. And when people get in balance, we will be able to see the results. And they do that in 120 days, most of them, okay? And the blood test is an at-home test. You can just order this to your house, take 2 drops of blood, and you can take a look. And if you're still hesitant, go over to my Facebook group, Omega-3 We Share Experiences. We're over 2,800 members there right now. And it's just amazing to see the results people are having. And it's results in any different health issue, because in the end, all our organs are also built up with cells. Our skin is built up with cells. Our eyesight is built up with cells. Our brain is built up with cells. So the healthy body begins with a healthy cell. And we are able to see results in many different aspects. So if this is something that can be beneficial for you, you need to research this. Okay, with our unique test-based formula, we are changing this. So what is different on our formula compared to other omega-3 supplements? And one big thing is that, or we have many big things, but one thing is that we're dosaging according to the body weight. The bigger body we have, the more cells we're having. That is one thing. The other thing is there is no oxidation. So you will never feel the smell of you will never smell the fish taste. You will never burp fish. There is no ransom going on. The product will not be ransom. And the reason for that is that we're adding polyphenols from extra virgin olive oils, and you can just research polyphenols themselves. When you're Googling it and looking at it, people that are having a diet rich in polyphenols, they also have increased lifespans. That's why Mediterranean diet are healthier than many other diets, because they're eating so much olive oil. And the binding between omega-3 and olive oil gets really, really, really strong compared to vitamin E. That is usually something people are adding. So people are usually adding vitamin E as an antioxidant, but it's usually synthetic. Our vitamin E is all natural. Okay, they come in different flavors: orange, lemon, mint, lemon, grapefruit, and vanilla. We have something for everyone, okay? We have the premium oil that is just released. It's even higher in polyphenols. It is really, it's just an even a bigger upgrade to a product that is already amazing and giving health benefits. And then we have a water-soluble product that is good if you have, for example, removed your gallbladder, if you know that you have gut issues like IBS or Crohn's. And then we have a vegan type, and we also have capsules. And it's made with the highest quality and care, and we have many certifications. For example, we are GMP certified, we are trusted by sports, we are friends of the sea, and we are having, all the products are naturally sourced ingredients. So everything is just derived from food, and it's amazing quality. And this quality is proven to help people to have omega-3 in our system for over 35 hours compared to many other omega-3 products. I think the average is 2 to 6 hours. The omega-3 is bioavailable. Some products are better, some products are even worse. And the result is that of all of those 700,000 tests that have been done now, 95% of the people that are using Syncina Balance Oil, they get in the right ratio within 120 days. 120 days. And there is, of course, 5% that may not be completely balanced after 120 days. Some of the time when I've been looking into the dosage, they have just been dosaging it wrong. Sometimes they have not been taking their oil daily as they're supposed to. And sometimes they're having so much gut issues that they just need to give the gut a little bit longer time so they can heal and actually obtain the nutrients we're taking into our body. And I do have one person I'm going to talk with in the end for people that want to stay. But health benefits in every life stage. This is so important for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a baby, if you are still in the womb, or if you're an adult, or if you're old. Everyone have cells, and every cell need to have care, have the right building blocks, and it will benefit you in all different life stages. And what are the health benefits of using omega-3? Well, if you go into your European Food Safety Authority, they are the ones in Europe that is putting out, they are looking at all the science done, and they have been telling us that, yes, we can see that when we're having a good omega-3 balance, it helps support healthy immune function, healthy brain function, healthy heart function. And those might be the three biggest ones, since most people today die of cardiovascular disease. That is the #1 killer in the world. And we're able to help maintain optimal healthy heart function, for example. And then we're having other things like it helps our skin, it helps us hair, it helps provide nutrients vital to optimal cell function, which I've already been talking about today, how important that is for having optimal cell function. You can try to run a car without an engine. I promise you, you will not get very far unless you're in downhill, okay? But eventually you will come to an uphill and the car will stop running. It helps maintain health, eye function, so on. There is so many health benefits, and you can pretty much go out to Google Scholar and Google any health issues together with omega-3, and you will find articles regarding that. And I've also been in my Facebook group, I also have lots of scientific articles and backing things up. And more health professionals are finding out about Cincino. They start using the products. If you go to Cincino blog, a lot of them will have been writing blog articles now about their journey and how Cincino products helps them recover faster. It helps them be sick shorter time when they're sick. It helps them just perform a little bit better because the cells are functioning a little bit better. But reaching a balance between omega-6 and omega-3 is the first step to feel good. But Cincino also have a couple of other solutions that are good, but this is the first step. I'm not going to go into the other stuff a whole lot. I will just kind of mention it so that you can get back to the person that invited you to listen to today's presentation and ask more questions, and they will be able to provide you with the information. But we do have something for the gut health. Too many people are having problem with leaky gut. If you have never heard about the term leaky gut before, I do have a recorded webinar about that. It's about 13 minutes and it's on YouTube. But most health issues have a relationship to having too much inflammation, of course, on cellular level, but also having a leaky gut. And this product helps restore the leaky gut. Then we are having Extend, that is a multivitamin, and it's very advanced. Everything is derived from food, 100% natural, no extra weird fillings. So if you're doing all three of these, you're able to target both the cellular health, the gut health is so important, and make sure that we have all the vitamins and nutrients that we need in order to run our vehicle. And they also have a couple of additional products. They have an immune boosting product that is really good when it's flu season and so on. They have Viva that is really good for mental stuff. If you're having problems sleeping in the night, if you're thinking too because you're wired up, if you have a problem with depression, anxiety, extra stress and so on, it just reduces the stress. It's amazing. And then we have Synergene that is a gut cleansing product, and then we have a skin serum that is proven to help the skin get higher elasticity with 37%. And they do have some weight managing products as well that is promoting good gut health. A lot of the weight product out there on the market, they are not simply good for your gut in the long run. But what's really amazing with Cincino is that they are a direct sales company, which means that they are having their own production and they're shipping the products directly to you. This makes them be able to have a higher quality product and don't have to put in cheap stuff into their product, but actually deliver quality that makes customer really happy. And instead of spending millions and millions of money on TV commercial and Jennifer Aniston standing in front of the TV saying, I got imbalance, they are promoting real life situations, real people with real stories. And that is what you're going to read about in my Facebook group. They're promoting that. So they're giving back to you. So if someone is getting a bad blood test, they're getting a good blood test, they're sharing that with their friends and family or anyone that they meet by. If people are signing up as a customer and ordering products, every 4 products will give you 1 product for free. I just want to let you know, because it's hard for me to do this all by myself and explaining this to the world. So I need more people that are interested to share this with people that they care about, because this message is so important. So get back to the person that invited you today. They will be able to ask you, first of all, you should ask them about their story. Most of them have been taking their first blood test. Most of them have started their health journey. A lot of them have been taking their blood test number 2 and just seen amazing results in their life. And they will answer any of your questions or make sure that you get the answers you need. They will explain the promo that is going on. And after I stop the recording, I will also tell you a little bit about the promo. And then provide scientific articles. They will be able to add you to the Facebook group and help you to order the products correctly, explain your blood test result, and also follow you up on your health journey. And I thank you so much for your time. And I will stay another 10 minutes or so to answer questions. So if you have any questions, I hope you have been writing them down. And I will also tell you about the campaign. And also I will share a couple of more stories. We have some more people online today that will share their story. But I'm going to stop the recording